Okay, good morning, afternoon, whatever time it is.
It's afternoon.
Yes.
We've been busy.
We have been busy. So, we are at sea still.
Yes.
Today is our day 4 aboard the Disney Magic. Second sea day, last full day on board. So sad. But, yes, so this morning we went to the pool for a bit. Also went on the slides.
We did the adult pool area, hot tub, regular pool, and then the slides in the main everyone area.
Yeah. So, first slide we did was the Twist and Spout slide, which is kind of in the kids area.
It was faster than I expected.
It was very fast. So,
You didn't get stuck.
did not get stuck. Much longer than the Slidosaurus Rex on the Wish. Much faster. So, decent slide.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second slide is like the signature slide of the Disney Magic. No coaster here, no Aquaduck. Here it is the Aquadunk. And it is a drop body slide. So, floor drops out from beneath you, and yeah. Very, very fast.
My first drop slide ever.
Same. Very fast. Very, very terrifying.
The cast member, he went first, and the cast member was like, first time. And I said, yeah. And I said, cross my arms, and he said, cross your feet. And I said, okay. And then he just closed me in, and then Huey, Dewey, and Louie counted down, and then the floor dropped out, and there was a huge gush of water at the beginning.
Yes.
So, like, I didn't see anything. My eyes were closed. I was holding my breath and then gasping for air, because it was longer than I expected it to be. I thought it was just going to be like, drop, roop, done. No.
Yeah. Very fast, but...
Yeah. I mean, it was over fairly quickly.
Mhm.
But it was just like...
Yeah. So, probably not going to do that one again.
Yeah.
But...
And we had our Fitbits on, both of us.
Yes.
So,
Had
had
to
to
take them
hold
off.
those and hold those in the hands. So I had my Fitbit clasped in this hand and this hand holding my nose.
Yeah, no loose items or
Articles.
anything, so keep that in mind.
And no buckles or anything on swimsuits.
Yeah.
No buckles, zippers, etc. Because I know I have some swimsuits with illegal items on them, like a zipper. So,
Yeah.
stuff to keep in mind if you're packing and want to ride the lovely, spooky drop slide.
Yeah. And then after our pool time, we came back and cleaned up a little bit
Partway.
and went to napkin folding.
Yes.
So I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's easier to manage the napkins than it is to manage the towels just because they're smaller. But we made 6 different napkin folds.
I didn't retain anything.
Yeah. No like sheet to take home to help us remember, but
We successfully completed things.
we did. So we did a tuxedo, we did a Mulan fan, we did a random bird of paradise.
Bird of Paradise, and then
Corn.
corn.
And then a candle, which the candles turned out pretty good.
Yeah, candles were our best one.
And then a Peter Pan shoe to finish it off.
Which looked pretty good.
It did look
We did
pretty good.
pretty good. But, again,
Yeah.
in one ear and out the other.
Did it once. We'll attempt it at dinner maybe, but who knows. I don't think anything stuck.
We also saw our service team at lunch.
Yes.
So,
This is true. So, for lunch, we stopped and got some shawarma from the Duck Inn Diner, which was delicious, as it was last time.
dolphins.
And we saw dolphins, yeah. Couldn't get it on camera, because it was like a one-and-done type of thing.
There were 3 dolphins, I think,
Yes.
that we saw at least.
Yeah.
Just
So-
going, whoop.
Super fun, super cute.
But before lunch, we went to Disney Toons Trivia.
Yes.
And we lost by 1 point.
Yeah.
But this time they had a live pianist playing, which had pros and cons. I don't know if he was sight reading or didn't know all the songs.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what was happening.
There were some missed notes and there were some rhythms that were all over the place. But the only thing we got wrong was a bonus point question.
Yeah, so it was basically 15 songs, and it was out of 45 points. So for each question, it was name the song, name the movie, and then there was a bonus question that kind of correlated with the movie.
Film. And I think a lot of the time helped people figure out
Yes.
what the songs were too.
So, Yeah, only missed 1 point. So.
Yeah, didn't win. Again, we went in hard, won the first trivia, and we're gone.
This is true. But
And that might be our last trivia.
that might be our last trivia.
So again, one and done, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, still lots of fun. And then up next, here in a little bit, we have towel folding. We also have mixology later this evening.
We're jam-packed today.
Yes.
Gotta
Right.
have a snack in the afternoon to tide us over till dinner.
Yeah, have to go right from mixology to the show, and then from the show to the dinner we have a little bit of downtime. But yeah, busy evening last night aboard the Disney Magic.
Still tired.
Yes. But yeah, so we will check in with you later. Our towel folding class was in the Fathoms bar in the adult area of the ship. And on this cruise, we folded an elephant, a dinosaur, a stingray, and then to finish it off, a monkey. So lots of fun. Would recommend doing it if you have some free time on your next Disney cruise. Okay, so finished up with towel folding, and we saw Captain Marvel.
We did.
And yeah, did some Star Wars trivia.
We were violently humbled by Star Wars trivia.
We went in knowing that we were not going to win. It was just to see how many points we could get. And out of 29 points, we got 7. But we were not the lowest. The lowest was 4.
4 points.
So proud of that. But yeah, so now we are waiting to go to our mixology class in like 20 minutes. But yeah, really rumbling today.
Yeah.
We are going the fastest we've ever gone this whole cruise, because I like to watch the kind of speed and stuff
Bridge
on the TV.
report.
Yeah, the bridge report. Shows the winds, shows how far you've sailed and whatnot. And we're currently going 22.1 knots. Apparently we are trying to beat a storm that's coming into New Orleans, so trying to get there early, I guess. And yeah, it's been rumbling quite a bit today. Not as bad as
Last night was really
yeah.
rough. Around dinner time. But I mean, we have a hanger on a clip, metal hook hanging from the ceiling, and it is like swaying. And yes.
But at least we should be in the Mississippi River fairly soon and be able to see land fairly soon. So there's that. But yeah, about to head to our mixology class, and the show tonight is the Disney Dreams and Enchanted Classic, I think is what it's called. And yeah, so we'll check in with you after mixology and our show. Okay, so it has been quite a bit since we last checked in.
It's 10:43 p.m.
It is. So very busy evening, but a very nice evening.
Mm-hmm.
So first was mixology. That's where we left it off.
Yep.
Which was phenomenal. We had Sergio from Colombia.
Sergio.
He was fantastic.
He was very fun.
Yeah.
Really put on a show.
I also liked that he was not behind the bar. He was like mixing everything out among everybody else.
Right.
It was next to us, so that was nice too. But
right, we were kind of almost behind him.
Yeah, but he moved around a lot, so
right.
Could still see.
He was working the crowd.
Yes.
For sure.
So that was really fun. And I like the fact that all 5 drinks that we had were completely different.
Right.
Than
there
the
were
fantasy.
no repeats from the fantasy.
Yeah. So I'll put in some clips from that right here.
So back in the days after the Second World War in France, just right after the Second World War, in France a guy was called Felix Kirk. He was a Catholic priest. He created a cocktail, and that's the cocktail that we're going to use for our first cocktail. You know, in those days, in France, they didn't, in some parts of the country, they didn't have a red wine because of war issues. They couldn't produce some red wine. And you know, the Catholics, as I mentioned, he's a Catholic priest, they need a red wine for celebrate the Eucharistic. It's like they commemorate Christ with some red wine, but he just got white. So what he did is to combine white wine with some crème de cassis, which is a black currant liqueur, and that's how he creates a cocktail. You make a cocktail with the thyme, they changed the white wine for some sparkling, and it was in the many restaurants in France now, and it's a worldwide famous cocktail classic. It's going to be our Kir Royal. It's going to be our first cocktail. So it's going to be creme de cassis and champagne. Very easy. But of course, this is a class, so we want to make something more interesting. So we're going to use some of the berries for making our base. Make it fruity, refreshing, fresh. So we just muddle our blueberries. Then we're going to use some wedges of lemon to get lemon juice to make it a little bit sour. So we balance fruity and sour. That's a nice combination. So we just press the lemons, so we get some lemon juice. Then the base is going to be very similar to the original. We're going to use some creme de cassis, 1 ounce of our blackcurrant liqueur, and 1 ounce of our grapes. That's how we create the base. Now we're going to chill because we like something refreshing for our cocktail. We're going to play some ice. We can shake, or we have a skill. We just like this. So we still, we chill. Right now. We double strain our cocktail, so we have something clean. We prevent the residual of the lemon and fruit to come inside our cocktail, and we're going to finish with some. This is the crown of the cocktail. If you go for a cocktail with finished Royal, you will see, to my mind comes Manhattan Royal. It's going to be a Manhattan. But we're gonna top with some sparkling wine. So anytime you see like in the mini Royal, this is the crown of the cocktail, the sparkling wine, the champagne, or the sparkling wine. Oi. Right, let's do it like this. So we garnish our cocktail with a berry. So we have I mentioned this the name of the cocktail, Kir Royal. But not anymore because I messed it up. I put some vodka, some lemon, so it's not going to be the Kir Royal. Now I'm going to call it the Kir Devil. So cheers! And we're going to move forward. We were in the morning. Now we're going to make a model cocktail. We're going to use our muddler, we're going to use our Boston, or actually we can make it in the same glass that we are going to have it. And you know which is the most famous? It's going to be a model cocktail. You know which is the most famous model cocktail?
Mojito.
Mojito. So we're going to make a mojito. It's going to be our next cocktail. So I will show you how we make a mojito. But it's not going to be a mojito, of course. It's a special event, so we want something different. We're just going to make a kind of mojito. So I'm going to show you which is the base of our mojitos. Anytime that we're going to prepare a mojito, most of the times we're going to use some mint. We can change some of the rest of the ingredients, but if we make a mojito, it needs to be mint. The fresh mint needs to be on it. The lime, this is one of the original ingredients for a mojito. When we're thinking about mojito, it's going to be something sweet, something refreshing, so we need some simple syrup. This time we're using the agave nectar. This is the Disney selection for the sweetener in our cocktails. So, and we're going to top with some soda, which is the spirit that we use for mojitos. You know? Rum. Yeah, but as I mentioned, today we're going to improvise something different, and we're going to change our rum. We're going to stay for something sweet, but we're going to do another direction with our flavor. We're going to use some Southern Comfort. This is a whiskey caramel liqueur. and some peach nuts. This is going to be the alcohol for our next cocktail. And of course, it's not going to be mojito anymore. We're going to call this cocktail a mint cobbler, like the one who makes the shoes, mint cobbler. This is the name of our next cocktail. So how we make a mojito? The mojito now is coming to our table, but I will please ask you to wait just a little bit. So we start with the tasting of our mojito. I will make it very fast so we can make our mojito. We can try our mojito. So first and all, we're going to use the mint leaves. Mint leaves is going to be the ingredient of a mojito. This is a style, a way to make it, but I prefer going to this way when we are making a mojito. So we're going to place the mint, like 3, 5, 6 mint leaves on our glass. We don't use more than this amount, not less than 3, no more than 7. Or we are making a cocktail, not a salad, so this amount is a proper amount. And we're going to tap. We tap our mint, so we don't muddle or crush the mint. Why? Because the mint is in air, and it can get bitter. And when we're talking about mojitos, we're talking about something sweet, something refreshing. We don't want any bitterness in our cocktail. So we're just gonna tap our mint. So we release the oil of the mint. It's going to give us the freshness. Now we use the lime wedges. We're going to use like 3 lime wedges for obtain half an ounce of our lime juice. So we just press the lime wedges. We cover. We're making this, otherwise we're going to, I know you're gonna make some mojitos, but this is my cocktails when I'm back home. We're making like an afternoon, family afternoon. I'm the one who's making mojitos. I really enjoy making the mojitos for my family. So we can just squeeze. So we're gonna get the half an ounce of the lime juice, press. Quarter of ounce of our sugar, because when we're making cocktails we balance. For the original recipe is 3/4 for a mojito. This time we're gonna go for less because we have 2 more ingredients, sweet. So now we can place the ice. We create the base. We don't need to muddle anymore. We can place the alcohol. It's going to be half an ounce of our peach nuts and 1 ounce of our Southern Comfort. Basically, this is how we make a mojito, but we just change the spirit. We top with some soda. That's why I told you, just please wait for me, because as you saw me making the mojito, we just build the cocktail. So in the top is the soda only. So if we drink it like this, the rest, all the flavor is going to stay down. So we need to stir. First of all, we're going to stir our mojito. Let's put everything together. Now that it gets a same color, right? So cheers! Let's give a try to our mint cobbler. How is it? It's delicious. It's very nice, very refreshing. But I forgot something.
That's really good.
Yes, I forgot something you didn't tell. In the first one, before we make the toast, I placed something in the cocktail before I finish. The garnish. We need to garnish our cocktail. Anytime we're making cocktails, we need to make it. But this time we're going to garnish our cocktails ourselves. In our tables, we're going to see the little place that we have some mint leaves, some spring of the mint. So we're going to take the mint, the mint, and we're gonna place it in the palm of our hand. Right, just like this. And with the 4 fingers of the other hand, we're going to snap it. Fantastic. That's the spring of the mint, and we can place it inside our glass, like in the top. We can just throw it inside. It's in the spring, so it's going to look nice. And now we can go again for our cocktail. Let's see how it's now. Cheers. Once more. So what is a beer cocktail? Well, how comes beer cocktail? It's when we place some ice in the glass. We're going to place some ice in the glass. We're going to start adding the ingredients one by one. We just place some ice in the container, and we're going to use our speed rack to use the. So our next cocktail is going to be a build cocktail. So we're going to build a cocktail, but the cocktail is coming to our tables, but you're going to finish our cocktail this time in our table. So I'm just going to show you what's the base of our cocktail. I'm going to start to preparing our cocktail.
The vodka
This time
and the
we're going to stay in France. We're going to use some vodka. Our Grey Goose stayed on our seminar, on our tasting. And we're going to use some Graminier. So we stay in France. This is an orange liqueur but with cognac on it. So it's an orange cognac liqueur. All the way from France. We're going to use some fruits. This time we're going to use some fruit. Some pineapple juice is going to be on our net sample, and this is the base of our cocktail. So it's going to be 1 ounce of our vodka. So we just start building, just placing the ingredients one by one. We're going to use half an ounce of our Graminier, and then some pineapple juice. This is the same cocktail that we're having in the table. But as I mentioned, we are going to finish it. We have one more tool. The part that to use, I already mentioned, is we have our bar spoon. So we are going to use our bar spoon to make a layer. So we are going to make a layer in our cocktail. This time we're going to use some wine. So we're going to take our bar spoons we have on our sets, on our tables, and we're going to touch. Like, Annie, can you assist me so we can show? So we're going to take our bar spoon, and we're going to touch the liquid with the spoon, and we're going to start putting our wine very on the top of the spoon. So the spoon is going to prevent our wine to fall from to the cocktail, and we're going to create a floating. So that's what we are going to do. Thank you very much, Annie. So this is what we are going to do for our next cocktail. So we have the base. Now I'm going to provide the wine. You have the spoon, so you're gonna help me to finish our cocktail. So we practice how to. This is going to be a specific kind of cocktail. You know what cocktail we make with wine? Basically, this is a sangria. I just stole one recipe. I took the sangria, the original ingredient. It's brandy, triple sec, some red wine, and orange juice. The name of the cocktail is going to be the Red Storm. See, like a storm, like it's going to be like a red cloud on the cocktail. But this is, as I mentioned, for presentation purposes only. So when we're going to drink our cocktail, we need to stir. But first, we need to take a picture of our creation. So I think everybody makes our cocktail already. Took our picture, so once more, cheers! Now, when I show you the glass that I'm using for our net sample, you will know which kind of cocktail we will prepare. Yes, our martini glass, originally cocktail glass, and so you know which kind of cocktail is coming next. It's a martini. We're going to make a martini. The original recipe of the martini is going to be gin and dry vermouth, which is a fortified wine, and that's the classic martini, garnished with olives or lemon twist. But nowadays, whatever cocktail comes in this glass is going to be a martini. We have like let's say we make with pineapple tini, passion fruit tini, whatever tini is going to be in our glass. But it keeps like the same. It's going to be always something in common with our cocktails. It's going to be cold. It's going to be clean, nice. You will not see the mint leaves floating in the martini. It's not going to be like that, or the pieces. So no, it's going to be something clean. So for that purposes, we're going to use our bar strainer and our message strainer in our martinis. And it's going to be strong. Most of the time when we go for a martini, it's not a cocktail to shoot. Anyway, the glass doesn't allow us to shoot a martini. If we shoot a martini, we're going to have a shower of cocktails. So this is some of the characteristics of the martini. And for our next cocktail, we have 2 steps on our cocktail. So if we drink it in 2 steps, it's going to be something fashionable, something very nice, something sweet. We are going to use a vanilla on our cocktail. We have some vanilla vodka. This time Absolute. We have I'm Grey Goose fan, but I didn't find Grey Goose vanilla, but we have some vanilla Absolute. We have passion fruit on our cocktail. We have some vanilla syrup, and we have some lemon juice. So this is how we're going to make the base of our cocktail. But this time we're going to use some sparkling wine, like we did in the beginning. We'll get the sparkling wine in a second. So let's start making our martini. The name of the cocktail, I can't tell what's the name of the cocktail, actually, but I changed it. I changed just the name, but this is the original recipe. The name of the cocktail is going to be Fan Star. But the original name, I can tell, but I can spell. It's P-O-R-N. Star. You got it? It's not. It's like. It's not for a family cruise. It's the name, but we have a Fan Star martini today. It's very popular, very nice, very fashionable. We're going to use some of our lemon juice first. So we get the wedges. And we press, as we already did previously. We just press. Now we start building our martini. 1.5 ounces of our Absolute vanilla vodka. 1/4 ounce of our vanilla syrup. And 1/4 ounce of our passion fruit juice. So this is the base of our cocktail. This is the base of our cocktail. As I mentioned, we always chilled our martinis. Always going to be a cold drink. So we chill previously, and we're going to clean it after. So we just we're going to clean it, double strain. Here we are. And this is what we have on the table, exactly amount. This is but this is just a part of our cocktail. If you see on our tables, we have shot glasses. Can you see that? Yes. It's on the glass is going to be some sparkling wine. So the sparkling wine. How we drink our Fan Star martini? We're going to drink our Fan Star martini first, and then we're going to sip a little bit of our champagne to clean our palate. So that's the purpose. That's how we drink our Fan Star martini. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have all the cocktails on the tables and the sparkling wine. Cheers! We have one more coming. This time it's going to be a very sweet ending. We have something sweet, so don't use all your champagne. So you can you make it for the same purpose with our last one. This time it's going to be 3 things at the same time. It's going to be a shot, it's going to be a cocktail, and it's going to be a dessert. So this is our proper cocktail for our after dinner drink. We are going to use some Baileys and some Chambord. The Chambord is a raspberry liqueur. We were missing something red on our seminar, so this is going to be the red. It's going to be, and we're going to make. You already know how to make, and you make it so good. The layer, the floating. So this is going to be a layer. We're going to use first when you're making a layer. We need to use first our heavier ingredients. So can be with sugar. The dense ingredient is going to be in the bottom first, and then the lightest. This time is going to be the cream. It's going to be less lighter, and in the less dense. So we're going to use our spoon again, and we will make our layer once more. But this time we're going to make like two faces, two parts in our cocktail. It's going to look pretty. So we're going fancy today. We can make something for our dinners, for our friends, or for our family, like a last. And this is, as I mentioned, is a shot. So we can shoot it. It's not dangerous. It's just Baileys, a Chambord, something delightful, something sweet.
And then after Mixology, we went out to the show. So we had Disney Dreams, an Enchanted Classic.
Yes.
So what were your thoughts on Disney Dreams?
It was fun. The audience was super duper into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah!
It was a lot more like the well-known songs from
Right.
your favorite Disney movies. So all the kids were getting into it. The parents were getting into it. So
There was a lot for everyone to recognize.
yeah.
Because, I mean, Tangled, if you haven't seen Tangled, that show isn't going to be
Right.
a great experience for you. But there was more in this show for folks to relate to and go, oh, Lion King. Okay.
Yeah. Or Little Mermaid.
Peter
or
Pan.
Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
Aladdin.
You would know something.
Right.
If you picked a Disney cruise, I mean, maybe I shouldn't assume, but you'd think you would know at least one person on that stage today and go, oh, okay.
True. But yeah, very good show. I do think, we were talking about it before, that Twice Charmed was my favorite on this sailing.
Mm-hmm. This one was really fun, but there was a lot of, like, pre-recorded lip-syncy elements.
They had like an Olaf puppet who was definitely Josh Gad's voice.
Yeah.
There was a Lumiere and Cogsworth and Mrs. Potts that were all...
They were
like,
puppets.
Puppets. But
and Mrs. Potts did not sound like Angela Lansbury, but...
It was definitely not a live voice, though.
It was no one we could see. But
True.
I mean, Olaf was Josh Gad.
Yeah.
And there's no, that was a pre-recorded section.
He was not here.
No, I wish.
Yeah.
And the Olaf puppet was a little like...
Yeah.
Its mouth didn't move.
Yeah.
So, it was still fun. But, I mean, we saw Frozen on the Fantasy, and that was a really lovely Olaf puppet.
Yes.
So, to go from that to... was,
True. But, yeah.
But still super fun show. And, again, everyone was really into it.
Mm-hmm. And then from the show, came back to the room and packed up a little bit. Then went to dinner. So dinner this evening was the Animator's Palate.
Yes.
So one of my favorites from when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think our favorite from the Fantasy.
Yes, definitely.
This is a different Animator's Palate, which I appreciated that the show was a different show.
Right, I didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun to have the restaurant slowly
Get more colorful.
And then a surprise at the end of the evening.
Yes. So I'll put a clip of that surprise right here, but if you don't want to have it spoiled, then skip ahead to the time I'm showing right here. But here is the clip now.
What they can't do these days.
really been through something. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'll help you. Come on. You're going to be okay.
then as far as the food goes, appetizers, we both got the
Black
truffle
truffle
pasta.
pasta persets.
Yes. And you also got the tomato tart. Both of which we had on the fantasy.
Yes. But the tomato tart was very, very different. The tomato tart was cold and very light and refreshing on the fantasy, and I liked it enough to order it again. But this was hot, and it was very savory, and it wasn't like a pizza. There was a lot of like diced onion on top. It was very good, but very, very different. So I was like, oh, okay. But I enjoyed it, definitely.
And the truffle pasta persets were also very good.
Same.
About the same as the fantasy, yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that was significantly better, for whatever reason, was the bread.
Yeah.
The focaccia with the roasted garlic spread was
Yeah.
fantastic.
It was very light and fluffy and
Yes.
soft. One thing about the fantasy is there were several times when the bread was very, very hard.
It was very crunchy. So, yeah. And then I also
Maybe
got...
it's better now.
True.
I hope the fantasy has better bread now.
I also got the salmon tartare appetizer, which I did not try in the fantasy, I don't think. I don't remember.
Probably did.
I probably did.
Knowing you.
But this was very good. I really enjoyed that one as well. And then for our entrees, you ordered the chicken,
I did.
which was it the same as the fantasy?
It was the same as the fantasy, but it was better. On the fantasy, it was like, oh yeah, it was good, it was fine. But this was very good. The quality on the magic, just for some reason, seems to be excellent.
Yeah, I don't understand why, because it's the same menu items, but
I also ordered the jumbo shrimp salad, which was a lighter note entree, so I could get some greens and start transitioning back to eating like a normal human a little bit. And it was fine. I don't
Okay.
think I'd rush to get that one again.
okay.
It was, it was just fine. It was a salad. It wasn't exciting.
And then for my entrees, I ordered the tuna, which I was very surprised with. So I typically do not order tuna, but this one was fantastic, not fishy at all, cooked perfectly. I also loved, I think it was supposed to be the tartar sauce that was with it, but it was more like a garlic aioli, which I like garlic, so I was loving that.
Lots of garlic
Lots
today.
of garlic today. And then I also ordered the penne bolognese because I think we mentioned it in the fantasy videos, but on the fantasy, the couple at the table next to us ordered this and
They were
loved
obsessed
it.
with it. They
So,
asked
like,
for the recipe
Yes.
and gave us a copy because they gave us 2. Here, take one. Okay.
So I figured I had to try it. So I tried it, and it was very good. I typically go more for the seafood when I'm on the cruise, and I do think that the tuna was better, but the pasta was still very good. And then for desserts, didn't go too crazy today. Kind of just easing it back, like you said, getting ready for
Normal
life. But you ordered the...
lemon icebox pie.
And how was that?
It was good. It wasn't the caramel macadamia nut cheesecake tart, but it was still very good.
This is true.
Light and refreshing with the lemon flavor.
Yeah. And then I ordered the cookies and cream sundae just because I was in the mood for a sundae. So it was good. Nothing to complain about. Nothing too like extravagant, but nothing bad at all. And yeah, so that was dinner. And then after dinner, I feel like it just one thing after the
Hi,
other.
let us tell you about our day.
Exactly. We just kept going from one place to the next. After dinner was the kind of farewell show in the atrium.
Which we haven't had on any of our other cruises.
No, I don't know if that was because of COVID or because it's just specific to the magic. Unsure. But it's called Til We Meet Again. And they kind of gather all of the characters and
We
performers.
didn't know what to expect.
No idea.
We thought it was going to just be a little show.
Yeah. All the characters and performers from the shows came out and basically did like a little meet and greet for 10 minutes.
So if you wanted to see a character one last time, this was like the time to go do it.
Yeah. And then after that, they all gathered on the staircase and sang a little
Goodbye song.
goodbye song.
So then once again, who's enjoyed staying on vacation with our pals, performers and princesses? Oh yes indeed, but at this time I do need to say the use of video cameras, photography is strictly encouraged. You're welcome. However, the night is not over. However, we do need to now almost say goodbye. However, here on the Disney Magic and the Disney Cruise Line, we never actually say goodbye. However, from all of us to all of you, until we meet again.
Time to say goodbye to all our company. Oh gosh! Yeah, I see. See ya real soon. K-E-Y. Why? Because we like you.
Pixie dust for everybody!
Nice little way to cap off the cruise. But you also got picked to help.
I got to help.
We were stationed on the deck 5, so top of the atrium, kind of right between the elevators, and a little like bump out from the staircase. So good view of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you were picked to throw some confetti.
I did. I was handed a coffee cup and told not to accidentally throw the coffee cup.
Yes.
So I helped make a little magic and spread some pixie dust.
Yeah.
And threw my confetti at the appropriate time.
Which is during the word U. In M-O-U-S-E.
The letter U.
Letter U. Yes, not a word.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a nice way to cap off the cruise. We do still have tomorrow morning for our debarkation and breakfast. And
We're already in U.S.
whatnot.
waters.
We
We're
are.
in the Mississippi River.
Supposedly we've been in U.S. waters since like 6:30 p.m.
Potentially.
potentially. So can see land out our window.
Which is a little weird.
It's dark, but yeah,
I'm tired.
yeah.
We still need to pack.
We do still need to pack.
It's going to be a late night and an early morning.
This is very true. So with that, we will call it a night here. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
See you real soon.